and welcome to Vegan Cafe 21. Today we are making a delicious peas and potatoes curry, also called Matar Ka Nimona. This is a heritage curry from the northern part of India. So let's get started. To make our peas and potatoes curry, I'm using 1.5 pounds of potatoes that I have peeled and washed thoroughly. Next to our potatoes, I have 1.5 cups of frozen peas. By weight, they are about 9 ounces. I allowed them to thaw over the countertop. You can also put them in the microwave if you prefer. Here, I have about 1 ounce of cilantro leaves and some tender stems included in this. This has been thoroughly washed. Here, I have 1 cup of tomato puree, pureed about 8 ounces of tomatoes to yield this much puree. Here we have some long green chili peppers. I'm using 3 of these. If you don't have these kind, you can use jalapeno pepper instead. Make sure you deseed and devein it though to control the heat your pepper brings into your dish. Here we have about 2 inches of fresh ginger that I have roughly chopped. To season our curry, we are going to use 1 bay leaf, 3 cloves, about 1 inch of cinnamon stick, 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds. You can also add a teaspoon of cumin seeds if you prefer, 1 tablespoon of coriander seed powder, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of red chili flakes. You can increase or decrease the amount depending on how much heat you prefer. A teaspoon of pink salt, adjust salt to your taste as well. We are also going to grind some black pepper and use olive oil to put our dish together. I'm going to start out with half a cup of olive oil and then we can add more as needed. For now, we are going to dice our potatoes and get started. Over on the stovetop, I have placed a skillet and turned the heat on under it. I've added our half cup of olive oil and allow it to come to temperature. Once the oil heats up, we are going to bring in our diced potatoes and add them to our hot oil. Try to keep your potatoes all about roughly the same size. We're going to let them hang out and then move them around as needed. We're going to keep our heat on medium, keep adjusting it. You don't want to burn the potatoes before they cook. The idea is to get a light golden brown color on them and get them cooked all the way through. Now while our potatoes are cooking, I'm going to add these peas to our chopper. Now we're going to pulse them a few times. This is how far we want to take them. You can see they've been broken up, but they're not a mush. Let's check back on our potatoes. Now if you don't want to shallow fry your potatoes, you can also choose to take your diced potatoes, coat them with some olive oil and put them in your air fryer and let them cook till they're lightly golden brown, and then use them to prepare the curry just the way we will. I have emptied out my crushed peas into this bowl, and using the same food chopper, we are going to now chop our cilantro. To this, we are going to add our fresh ginger and remove the stems of your green chili peppers and break them up into this chopper as well. Add a 1/4 cup of water. Back to our potatoes. Look at the beautiful color. They are nicely done. Let me pick a piece and show you that it is soft and cooked all the way through. Now we are going to remove them from this oil and place them on a paper towel lined plate. Now to the same hot oil, we are going to add our crushed green peas. We're going to allow them to saute for just a few minutes. The heat is still between medium and low. They are ready. So now we are going to remove these back into the bowl where they came from. Just give it a light squeeze next to the wall. Turn the heat down at this point. You don't want your skillet to burn. I think this is good enough. Now to this skillet with the oil that you see at the bottom, we're going to add our bay leaf, cloves and cinnamon. Move them around. Add your mustard seeds to this. If you feel like you don't have enough oil to saute your spices, feel free to add another tablespoon of oil. Now you can hear the mustard seeds pop. Turn the heat down and add the rest of your spices. Keep your heat low because we don't want to burn our spices at this point. Just a few seconds later, we bring our tomato puree. Now you can bump up your heat again. Now you can see the oil has started to come to the top. So our tomatoes are cooking nicely. Once our tomatoes are cooked through, we bring our cilantro, green chili, and ginger mix. We can add some water to this and release all the goodness and pour it back into the skillet. Move everything around and grind some black pepper. I'd say about a 1/4 teaspoon. About a couple of minutes later, we can add our sauteed peas and our potatoes as well. Turn the heat down, lid goes on, and let it do its thing for about 5 to 7 minutes. All right, it has been 7 minutes since we covered our skillet. At this point, give it a quick taste test, adjust any salt or seasonings. You can also choose to add half a teaspoon of garam masala to your dish. Give it a quick mix, that is optional though. And now we are ready to bring it to the table. You may want to fish out your bay leaf. There you have it, our heritage peas and potatoes curry. Enjoy it with your choice of bread, be it naan, puri, paratha, what have you. It's also great to make sandwiches with or wraps if you prefer. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Please do give it a try. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you again soon with more vegan favorites.